Good afternoon, everybody. Still Sunday. Sun decided to join us after a full morning and afternoon of thunderstorms. Always fun. Let's get settled here. You know, it looks like we are entering another Middle Eastern war. I was making a joke about this. Being a military guy, I'm sure a lot of veterans and service members are probably sitting there wondering, like, man, like, why couldn't we just like attack somewhere cool, man, like Bali? I want to deploy to Bali for a year. That's all. That's a joke. Really bad joke, probably, but then again, dark humor is part of our nature. Iran is the U.S. looks like is headed for war with Iran. A lot has yet to be said about how things are going to move forward. It's obviously, as everything is with Trump and his administration. Day to day, things are always changing. So we're getting the news, breaking news, like left and right. But a war with Iran is going to obviously affect our economy, affect the global economy, but especially the United States economy. And it's a particular situation with Iran just because of how they're situated as a global power, how the regional superpowers there will be affected, and how that in turn might affect the United States. So we want to kind of hit some points here that all data seems to point to could be a huge potential risk here in the future if we continue with this war. If this war happens, we should say, because as of right now, again, things are still developing. One, it goes without saying, oil prices will surge. 20% of the world's oil flows through the Strait of Hormuz, I think it's said. How it's. I might be butchering that, but basically, it's going to have a big effect on global oil prices, right? Global oil prices will skyrocket, which the results mean, again, for most common people, the idea goes, oh, high gas prices, which, yeah, of course, that's going to be one factor, but we never want to forget that, we're trying to implement a lot of other forms of alternative sources of energy, and with this administration, it's interesting they pulled back a lot of that, initiative for solar, wind energy, and I'm guessing even like geothermal energy, and the reliance on oil is going to be affected. Because if we're having to rely on oil, if we're pulling all this stuff back, then our gas prices will go up, our shipping costs go up, airline costs go up. If shipping costs go up in general, that's going to increase the costs of our products, right, even more. Now, imagine a combination of high energy prices, high oil prices that affect shipping, and then high tariffs that affect shipping and merchandise that's coming from overseas. Like, that's like a double whammy if you think about it, right? That's not a good, fun scenario for anybody, especially the United States. Inflation will rise even more. I mean, inflation right now has been, according to recent articles, has been like kind of starting to show signs of being put in control, right? The muzzle has been put on inflation, we can say, in a sense, but oil price jump, a jump in oil prices is going to push inflation higher, because it's going to push the prices of transportation and food higher. So with that, if inflation goes higher, the Federal Reserve's likely outcome is going to be to increase the interest rates again, right? So as we head towards this weird slight stagflationary period that we kind of have been, the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell has been discussing, and some other folks have been discussing as well, something to keep an eye on, right? Stock market volatility, of course. Any big news of war, things happening is a massive. There's a massive sell-off of stocks. This one, I don't know, man. This one, I feel like the economy, unless it's something like how 2008 happened, the economy is fact. I mean, it does factor that in, but I feel like we've kind of started to move past the market as a means of a measure for how the economy is doing in a sense. I don't know. I just haven't been you know, it hasn't really been talked about that much, I guess, because stock market has been up and down and up and down, and then with the recent discussions of how a lot of folks think that Trump was manipulating the market to make him and maybe maybe himself and his friends richer, his rich friends richer. I don't know. At this point, it's like, all right, well, that's just the big giant game, right? So, defense stocks will rise. So I don't know. I guess keep an eye on that. You know, military spending goes up, of course, right? So if we're in a war, an active war, we have to fund our military, fund our troops and our technology even more to keep things going. Regional powers, right? So the regional global powers in the area of the Middle East. Will there be a lot of global trade disruption there? Ports, which we do have a decent amount there, right? The Suez Canal and all these other types of ports that we have in the area for trade will be disrupted. The ports will shut down. There'll be like airspace restrictions and whatnot. So there'll be some disruption there. I don't know if that, obviously that combined with high oil prices and whatnot is just another triple whammy now. So if you incorporate that into the fact that oil prices go up and tariffs are put on, our prices go up because of the tariffs and the oil prices, and then factor this in as well, that's just like, all right, well, just why don't we just add it to the list and throw it, make everything 3 times more expensive now. Political unrest, of course. The country is going to be even more divided than we are now. I mean, it's like you can get more divided than we are now. This is still, things are still not as bad as they could be, of course, right? So we're looking at some political unrest, more protests, maybe kind of like a Vietnam situation, right? How people were like just towards the middle or the end of the war, they were, from my understanding at least of history, they were like totally just done with it, protesting the hell out of it. So, that's something to consider as well. Sorry, I have some notes here. Can't even read my own handwriting sometimes. What the hell does that say? What? Okay, anyway, well, consumer sentiment will fall. So let's think about that for a second. Things getting more expensive. Oh, well, yeah, we even discussed like the effect on the job market that's happening right now, and then the effect that this will have on the job market then, right? And consumers are already kind of pulling back because of recession fears. Then this will just be like the icing on the cake for them to be like, all right, this is a done deal now. So, all right, Mary, no vacations for us this year, or I don't know, whatever. They're just gonna pull back even more. They're gonna finally get it. I think consumer spending, all this consumer spending index, whatever the hell, all these stats will start to finally show the truth, that consumers are just gonna, they're gonna take a step back. So yeah, I mean, we kind of want to finish it off with the final say here. So what happens when you have high energy prices, when you have falling stocks, which again, I mean, we can throw in there as an indicator as well, consumer fear, and then another rise in inflation. We get, which, makes the interest rates go up. So rise in inflation, interest rates go up, companies are borrowing less. Oh, there we go. That's how we could tie in the job thing, right? So high interest rates, companies are borrowing less, companies are utilizing less money. Like they're moving less money around, they're investing less in their own businesses and what have you. So that affects jobs, right? So if you have all that together, you get uh, a recession. I mean, that's pretty much the end result there. It's almost like if we do this, we're just pushing towards that recessionary fear even faster and quicker. We're like, we just went turbo now with that. So yeah, man, interesting times, scary times. Involved in another Middle Eastern war. This has been like a never-ending thing for the past like 3 decades, um, and that, man, it's just like, geez, man. Um, I don't know. It's not fun to think about, man. To send our young people to, hopefully we don't, but if we, to send them out to the Middle East again somewhere and fight another war, you know, all because politics, all because like things we don't even know about. The average person doesn't even know what's happening. These people, these gods sitting in top of their thrones, are making these decisions for us. So, but yeah, the economy is gonna be disrupted. We're gonna be turbocharging ourselves, like sprinting towards the recession now. Right now, we're kind of like maybe jogging towards one. Now we're gonna be sprinting towards one, and just kind of got to keep an eye out for that, how things progress. All right, cool. We'll see you guys in the next video. I will do more of these. I like this. I don't know what I'm gonna get out of this in the sense of like viewership goes, but I feel like it's all these thoughts and stuff bottled up in my mind. I'm letting out. I was doing writing originally. I was doing blogs on a blog site, and that was working out okay. But I feel like this is a little bit more engaging, and I hope I can join the team of people, at least gather a group of people who are interested in these types of conversations, especially the young people. You guys are our future. So I'm saying that as a 35-year-old, I'm like, this is pretty much what I consider midlife, because who lives to 100? So, you guys are our future. So I want to hear a lot more from you guys. Not and I guess the occasional fake account trolls too. But all right, awesome. Thank you guys.